Prime Minister Honorable Philip J. Pierre provided an update on the nation's economic progress during a parliamentary session on Tuesday. He stressed that St. Lucia is on a more stable and resilient path since his administration took office in 2021. However, he acknowledged growing concerns over potential price hikes due to the new U.S. tariffs imposed by President Donald Trump. In response, the cabinet has formed a special task force to assess and mitigate the impact on local businesses.
The U.S. government announced its intention to impose increased tariffs for all countries worldwide. In response, the Cabinet of Ministers established a task force under the chairmanship of the Minister of Commerce to monitor and evaluate the effects on St. Lucia. Meanwhile, the situation will be monitored and the government will take all possible action to avert any hardship that may affect local businesses.
With affordability remaining a priority, the finance minister announced an extension of cooking gas subsidies and a fuel price cap of $16 per gallon until January 2026. Outside Parliament, Choiseul MP Bradley Felix voiced his perspective, stating that the government could reduce fuel prices further, given its increased tax revenues.
I want to urge the government, please revisit the cost of fuel at our pumps, because the government can provide, a reduced cost at our pumps because of the cost of what is being paid for fuel right now.
He emphasized that ultimately, citizens bear the financial burden of government policies, calling for transparency in how tax collections are utilized for public benefit.
We recognize that the significant increase of revenue by government, and where does it come from? From taxes. Can we say that we have seen these taxes redound to work being done in the country? These are the questions we all must ask. As citizens of the country, we need to question governments as to what is being done with the taxes that are being collected, and that it's not going to a few favored people, but all St. Lucians benefit.
He stated that the financial burden always circles back to the citizens.
A lot of people are saying the government has been given. Yes, but at what cost? They take in one hand and they give with the other. So we have to, sometimes when we want to laud governments for giving certain things, we have to question at what cost. Aren't we paying for it at the back end? We are. So we have to look at these things.
His remarks underscore calls for transparency and responsible fiscal management as the country seeks to balance economic stability with the well-being of its citizens. Chloe Dantes, NBC Prime.